Hey, Johnny, what's another name for a laser?
A digital bullet.
Because I was going to come in doing that, but then I didn't know if you'd get it.
Sharks with frickin' laser beams. That's all I want.
Simple request. And that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
I haven't heard you do a bad accent in a while. Good morning,
Bad?
party people. That was horrible.
My Dr. Evil's good.
Do it again.
All I want is some goddamn sharks with frickin' laser beam.
Right.
That was still pretty bad, but it was better than the first one.
off.
The first one was real bad because you didn't do the...
I didn't have the weird, sort of, kind of almost... Dr. Evil has a bit of Sean Connery about him.
It doesn't at all.
Well, it does now.
Wow. It's been a while since we've heard one of those from Johnny. Today we're checking out NITA STRAUSS and her brand new single Digital Bullets featuring CHRIS Motionless of Motionless in White.
Yeah, you guys figured that one out. This...
Or maybe they're like, and Chris, and he doesn't even move.
He's in a wheelchair. Is he made of wood?
Is he stoned?
You bloody drug fiend. Nathan doesn't do drugs. He does pop punk.
Shirt that says that.
I'm so keen to check this out because we've checked out a couple from NITA recently. I'm a huge fan of her playing. Obviously, she was the guitarist for Alice Cooper. Not obviously, but she was the guitarist for Alice Cooper. And then she went on to play with Demi Lovato, I believe it was. And now she's obviously doing her own stuff. And the last couple we've checked out have been bangers.
Yeah. The last one we checked out was with...
Alyssa
Yeah.
White Butt Cheeks from Arch Enemy.
If you can ignore him, your life will probably be better.
Well, her last name is White Glutes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it glutes or glutes?
I think it's like got an accent. No, it's supposed to be German. Aren't they? No, where are they from? I can't remember. Anyway, my white glutes are going to shut up right now. Well, I hope so.
I hope so too. Goodness gracious.
Still yet to fart on the channel.
3, 2, 1.
Check out the Patreon. One-way ticket to Rift City. Woo.
From your refuge, a warrior in mind. Throwing...
Is this our comment section?
Awful guitarist. Because he's there going... Also, I like that it's an actual troll.
Yeah, that is cool. I like the animated.
Did you?
I did not. He's kind of buff.
Handsome too.
You couldn't cut it, so you're only calling life. Stepping down and begging back. Never knowing what it's like to chase a dream to sacrifice. You can't stand to see them win. Fire away, fire away. You don't have to show your face. Shoot out.
Cool animated style.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Firing round after round after round. Firing
I love the panning and everything as well. It gives it that realistic vibe.
Firing those digital bullets.
This is so sick.
I have to pause it for a second there because I need to mention also the Sin City vibes with the just red. You know,
Oh yeah.
I can't remember who played it. Was it Elijah Wood that played the character? Had the glasses.
Yeah.
The run through that.
Very cool.
Easy play, you've
He's the
got a
troll.
way to make them bleed. You know just how to hit a nerve. Hiding out under the spotlight that you feed. It's time to cut
screaming voice. I just want to add before the next chorus kicks in. It's cool hearing him do a song that's like
More straight up classic rock.
straight up rock and
Yeah.
upbeat as well. Because when they go into that sort of when Motionless go into that sort of more clean vocal tone, it's usually a bit slower and more emotive.
Yeah.
Also, perfect way of getting him to be a part of the music video with the animation.
Agreed,
And not
yeah.
actually needing him in
Yeah.
there.
Fire away. You don't have to show your face. Shoot 'em down. Shoot 'em down. You can't wait to take
Oh, the old scream attack.
Firing round after round after round. Firing round after round after round. You'll be safe.
Come on, Nita, use your guitar.
Firing those digital bullets.
It's gonna shred their faces off.
Go on and throw your
Oh, sick.
Come on and throw your stones.
Now we just need a solo.
I don't get it.
Fuck.
Ooh, electric guitar.
Fire away, fire away. You don't have to show your face. Shoot 'em down, shoot 'em down. You can't wait to take them out. Firing round after round after round.
Yeah, hell yeah, double time. Let's go.
After round, you'll be safe and sound. Firing those digital bullets.
Oh, he's got the power. I really enjoyed that.
There's a really cool film clip that did a great job of accompanying the song.
Yeah, the story, the lyrics, and all that sort of stuff. It was really well done. I love when a music video is enjoyable enough that you don't have to think too much about it.
Johnny doesn't love thinking of the best of
Yeah,
times.
it's so difficult. But yeah, I love when it's enjoyable enough without having to be too simplistic, but it does get the message across in a simple and easy to digest way, because it allows you to enjoy the song while watching the music video.
Yeah, fully. Yeah, it's a whole experience. It's a really cool film clip in terms of, like I said, I really like the animation style, reminding me of Spider-Verse, which we're going to talk about in a second. The song itself, I thought was good. It was interesting using Chris in a different way than what you're kind of used to from him. He has a great rock voice.
Yeah.
And I feel like having him just being open and clean through most of that showed that off. Great use of her solos, like adding that extra bit of flavour in there.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, that was a good time. I also loved the subject matter of it. I wonder if he wrote the lyrics to that, whether she wrote the lyrics to that, whether it was a ghostwriter.
Yeah,
Potentially, because it's obviously aimed at her, being like shit guitar or sell out, like that sort of thing. Maybe it is coming from her personal experience.
yeah, potentially, because I don't know, I don't recall seeing anything major, but I wonder if, like, when she did leave Alice Cooper and go to someone who was obviously clearly more relevant and popular, with Demi Lovato, whether she did cop a little bit of hate, but I mean, like, Alice Cooper's still a big mainstream artist as well, so...
Yeah, but there's also douchey metalheads be like, you're not playing in a metal band anymore, you're a sellout. You know what the internet's
Potentially.
like.
Yeah, I do know what the internet
There's a
like.
really
It's,
cool quote that says, you'll never see a hater doing better than you. And I, like, live my life by that.
Yeah.
Some of you might not know, I do social media as another thing, and I have, like, a relatively large following on other platforms.
They all know that, and it's not relatively large, it's very large. You have more followers than almost every band we check out.
It's relatively large. There's other people with more followers, but
It's Tom Cruise.
he's so fucking cool. Let's talk about him after. But the thing is, obviously, it comes to the territory. Having a big platform, people are always going to be keyboard warriors, and it's always so funny. You never see people who are like successful at something ever commenting hate. There's never any negativity. It's coming from trolls that aren't doing anything good with their own lives, since they're trying to bring other people down. It doesn't mean it's easy to like take in. It's obviously something that's affected her to write a song about, but Yeah, if you ever deal with like internet hate, just know that those people suck, and you are something better than them.
100%. Just ignore it. Let it bounce off you. It is difficult sometimes to do that. And I feel like there's a lot of people now with how much, we put our lives on social media. Like your entire life is basically on social media.
Nah,
No?
nah, definitely not. It seems
Well,
that I
it's a
show,
huge- it's a
but I also
huge
pick
part
and
of it,
choose
yeah.
what I do. Like people don't know much about court. My relationship with court is actually pretty private,
Yeah.
and like my home life stuff is pretty private. Obviously, I do a lot of stuff. My interests are all on the internet.
Yeah.
But I hide a lot of my actual close family.
My
and
point
stuff.
being, people know enough about you as a person to use those things to attack you.
Yeah. I'm also an idiot, so it's pretty easy. You're an idiot. Yeah, right.
It's pretty easy. They just look at me and go, "You're old." Like,
It's
yes,
me.
yes,
It's one of my many troll accounts.
No, that was sick. Nita is an incredible guitarist and songwriter. I'm interested to know when you mentioned with ghostwriters with lyrics and things like that on a song where you're basically a musician writing the songs. How much of the lyrics does she do, and how
I
does?
didn't say it is a ghostwriter. I was questioned if it might be a ghostwriter.
Well, that's what I'm asking as well. Like,
She also might have written the lyrics. I don't know enough about that.
but then in that case, what does she do? Does she already have the melodies sorted out and say to Chris, "This is what's happening," or does she say, "This is the subject matter I want to fit with this song"?
Yeah.
Can you do you think you could take this project on, write something about it, do what you want with it, but this is what I'd like this song to portray?
Yeah.
Because she's done a really, really good job of picking vocalists to songs that she's written, where I'd love to talk to her and find out, did she already have these vocalists in mind when she wrote these songs? Because there's a difference between, obviously, this track.
Hello, Nita. If you have got this far into this video somehow,
We have a contact.
we're a big fan of you.
Actually, we almost had her on at one point. We have a contact. I'll chase that up.
Johnny's got all the contacts. He's the popular guy here.
I'll chase that up.
What did you guys think of Digital Bullets, the brand new single from NITA STRAUSS featuring CHRIS Motionsless? Did you enjoy it?
Chris Motionless.
What was that?
Freaking laser beams.
That again. It's a terrible accent.
That's great.
I had to ask what it was.
No.
Oh,
No.
Hey, Spider-Man. Did you guys see it?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Loved it.
So good, huh?
So good.
If we're gonna spoiler alert, we're gonna talk about Spider-Man right now.
If you haven't seen the new Spider-Man film, earmuffs, or turn it off, or if you just want to look at us going, being excited
Do
about
that.
it. Yeah. I loved it. Spoiler alert. Cliffhanger. I loved the cliffhanger. I thought that was great.
Yeah, okay.
Amy and Dustin did not.
They wanted to.
They felt ripped off. Yeah.
It was a long movie.
It was a long movie.
I knew that there was gonna be another one, so
I didn't. I knew nothing going into it.
cool.
Yeah.
I knew there was gonna be another one. I didn't love how long it took to get into the action. I
That's
feel like
a
they
good
did
point.
such a good job of it, and we've already had the origin story. It was essentially like a furthering origin story of like, and now he's using his powers, and now he's doing. We've been through that. I get showing more of Gwen's story and a little bit
Yeah.
backstory. That was cool, but I felt like it took 40 minutes, and it could have been done in 15, I think.
Potentially. Yeah. I mean, I'd have to watch it again. The thing is, I'm coming from the perspective where I didn't feel like the movie was long when I was watching it.
Colt fell asleep.
Really?
Louis fell asleep on my shoulder.
She's like, the other day, she's like, "Oh, what are you going to see?" I said, "We're going to see Spider-Man." She's like, "Oh, it's really good."
She said she liked it, but she fell asleep.
Okay.
But she didn't miss anything.
Yeah,
was like,
you woke
this
up and
is
it's
what
like,
happened.
oh, they just told the Spider-Man story
Yeah.
again. I like the villain. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that. I like how they've brought the darker version of the villain in.
Yeah.
I don't like how we didn't really get to see him again, though, and we're
Sure.
waiting for the next one. So I get that the big climax of this was him escaping,
Yeah.
from the Spider-Man world he was in and chasing his dreams and doing what he thinks is right.
Wrong.
Oh, spoiler alert again.
There's no spoiler. If you're watching this, you hope you've seen it. If not, that's your own fault.
But yeah, how long until the next one now?
I would say, just based on the animation, unless they did a ton at once, it's going to be another 2 years.
See, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's frustrating. When you've done a thing with a cliffhanger. Like, the last one didn't end with, like, oh, we need a second.
No.
This one, you clearly need an outcome.
Yes.
So, anyway. And that's NITA STRAUSS. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching. Yeah, because the annoying thing about that is it's like...